What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Shabazz. Welcome to the channel. So the final war for My Hero Academia is basically upon us, and I don't know how it's gonna go, but I want to give you guys a scenario onto how My Hero Academia as a whole should end. But before we get started, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's go. All right. So imagine this: after the final war is over, all for one Shigaraki, they're defeated. You have a time skip of like a year or two, right? You fast forward, you're at the hero billboard chart thing where they announce the top 10 heroes. I don't know the order from 10 to 4. I believe Endeavor will die with his fight with Dobby as like a final redemption of his character. I can make that a video for another day. Let me know in the comments if you want that. Shameless plug. But they introduced the top 3, right? Bakugo takes third place, Todoroki second place, and as they introduce Deku as the number 1 hero, you see a bunch of flashbacks compiled like one by one, where you have him quirkless trying to save Bakugo the first 2 episodes. You got him meeting All Might. You got him getting his quirk from All Might. You got him training all of his trials and tribulations leading up to the moment. And then it ends off with Deku smiling, saying, "Oh, the number 1 hero is Izuku Midoriya, or Deku." And everyone gives him a standing ovation, and that's how it ends. Release from the Genjutsu. Because although this sounded amazing and it was great and all, I don't see this being the scenario on how it end. This right here, what I'm about to say, is the ideal scenario for how My Hero Academia, the series, will end. This contains a little bit of manga spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch the rest of this. If you don't mind, by all means, watch the whole thing. So the scenario is still the same, right? The final war is over. All for one Shigaraki, they're defeated. And you're at the hero billboard, like the chart, like where the place where they announce the top 10. You're still there. Um, if they don't die, because you can't predict death in manga series because you never know. Like the author might surprise us out the loop with anything. So if they don't die, Endeavor, Hawks, and Genus will be the top 3. I don't see a scenario in which the current top 3 will be succeeded by anybody else. I personally think Genus is overrated. The reason why he's top 3 is probably because his popularity, not because his strength or whatever. But we haven't seen everything yet with Genus, so he could show something in his final war that hits you with the "oh my bad, big homie." Like, so we shall see with that. Endeavor, he's number 1 for right now for a reason. Hawks is number 2 because he's pretty strong himself. So I think those will still be the top 3. A lot of heroes had quit after the first war, but after this one, a lot of heroes will reinstate or they might stay retired. But 4, 5, and 6, I believe Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki, they will take those spots. If anything, Lemillion will be 4, then 5, 6, 7 will be Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki. Because, well, we know if Caesar's manga spoiler comes in, Lemillion gets his powers back. So he's pretty strong, he's pretty nice, he's pretty experienced, all that. So I think they're about to graduate. Lemillion, he's about to graduate. Him, Sun Eater, and the Shorty. I keep forgetting her name. I don't like her at all. They're about to graduate, so I think Lemillion will start his own, and then he'll become the number 5 hero or number 4. He'll be in the top 10. The reason why Bakugo, Todoroki, and Deku, they're not in the top 3, at least for now, is because they're young as hell. Like, Endeavor is still alive, Hawks is still alive, Genius is still alive, and although the war started because of Midoriya, his personality is high enough, and everyone, like, once they meet him and know him for who he is, then that's where they'll come to his side. It took Uraraka to make that amazing speech that you'll give him your hands and need right now because he needs it. But I think because they see his face, they see that he was all like looking homeless or whatever. But now he's cleaned up. The war's about to start. It's about to get lit. But they're still in high school though. They're still in high school and they still have to graduate. So I feel like they can end off the series being in the top 10. If the writer wants to write it where they're in the bottom levels of the top 10, great. If they want to make them 4, 5, 6 or 5, 6, 7 or whatever, that's great too. I just feel like they're still young and they have the power. They have the strength, of course, but they don't have the experience and they're awfully young. So I feel like the world will be they want to be receptive of these young folks being in the top 3. So that's why I don't think they're going to be in the top 3. If they end up being in the top 3 due to the previous 3 of Endeavor, Genius, and Hulk's dying, that's okay. But in this scenario, I don't envision any one of them dying. The only one would be Endeavor as like a final redemption of his character. But I don't think he's gonna die. At least I don't hope he's gonna die. Because I like the way his character turned out. His character was a massive dirtbag, but he learned the error of his ways, and he's willing to like be a number 1 hero now. So I don't think he's gonna die. I hope he doesn't die. Let's just see. I hope he doesn't die. So they could end the series off rip of them being in the top 10, right? But there needs to be a time skip, because they can make it like a Naruto situation where they trained for 2 years, or they trained for like a year or so, whatever, graduate. Because honestly, there's nothing really left for them to learn. Like after they defeat All For One, like they have the powers already, they know their quirks already, but they just don't have the like experience of being heroes. Like they got their license and all that. So that the point of UA kind of becomes obsolete after the final war. But I guess you just see them graduate, whatever. We still need to see them graduate. So have a time skip and the like 2 years or whatever. I'm not saying nothing beastly like a 5-year time skip. No, a couple years. So like they'll be like adults, like full-fledged adults. And since they're in the top 10 of Japan, they could like introduce a worldwide version of the hero billboard, since they already introduced international heroes like Star and Stripe, RIP Star and Stripe. So since they already introduced her and she's the number 1 hero in the US, we know that there's other countries that have top 10s. So if they have the worldwide hero billboard chart, whatever, and let's say Deku's ranked in the top 10 of Japan, he might be ranked in like the 30s or 40s worldwide. And part 2 can be him strive to become the number 1 hero in the world, not just in Japan, but the entire world as well. And have him fighting international villains, not as strong as All For One, of course, because All For One is the big bad of the series. Or maybe they introduce someone else who picks up on All For One's ideology, since he had influence all around the world. And since he defeated All For One, everybody's gonna come for Deku. So they can make it like that. Or they can just say, oh, have him get the experience of beating international villains. And eventually, he'll become not just the number 1 hero in Japan, but the entire world as well. And they would know the name of Deku. That is how I think My Hero Academia should end. They should have a part 1 where the final war is done. Boom, boom. And then time skip. And then have like a My Hero Academia, not Shippuden, because Shippuden means I think something with the winds or whatever. But have it like a part 2 continuation series, because even in the final war, we still don't like we can still not milk out information, but we can still gather a lot of information from Class 1A, Class 1B, other international heroes. Like, hey, we got the number 1 on the US that we just introduced. What about the number two? What about the number one in, let's say, India? What about the number one in Russia or XYZ? So I feel like there you can open the door for having this be a very long series and have it be a very long, like, being here for a while, because I love My Hero. It's in my top 10 personally. It might not be for you, but it is for me. And the way this can go, they can make it long enough to rival like the longest, which is like One Piece right now. But this is how I think My Hero Academia is gonna end. Let me know in the comments what you think about my prediction. I honestly think it's a pretty strong prediction, and if it ends up like that, I'll be so happy because like it's just more My Hero at the end of the day. Um, but that's all we have for today. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.